We see so many games released every day that it's impossible to check out every single one, so that's why I'm here. I'm that indie games guy, and we'll be taking a look over some hidden gems that you might have missed last month. These might be games that are fantastic, but not many people have spotted them, like this channel, so I say we deep dive into 12 hidden gems that we might have missed. Let me know in the comments below if you've played any of these games, and let the show begin. I do love it when a game gets released out of early access and we get to play the game as the developers always intended, especially when that game is a stunning roguelike adventure that'll have you hacking and slashing through enemies. This is Nightmare: The Lunatic, a hardcore adventure that sees you trying to escape your own nightmare. You'll need to choose a weapon of choice as you battle through this nightmarish world, as each weapon has different abilities and skill levels for you to try and find the perfect fit for you. This game isn't very forgiving, and you'll find yourself dying over and over again, but worry not, it's a dream after all. You'll just end up back where you started. Nightmare: The Lunatic will be perfect if you enjoy Dead Cells. Travel around in this always changing map, and hopefully escape the nightmare before it keeps you forever. Making deliveries and looking pretty rad whilst doing it, that's everyone's dream, as you want to be remembered as the cool delivery dude. And that's how people will remember us once we've finished playing Inline Out of Time, a 2D platformer where you'll need to make your deliveries as fast as possible to make sure your bosses stay happy. You'll be putting Amazon to shame here. You and your roller skates will be tearing up the tarmac as you aim to grind, ollie and zoom through these levels, trying to find any shortcuts available for you to get that parcel into the owner's hands. Even if it's smashed up a little bit, like they say, handle with care, it's pretty much just a suggestion. Inline Out of Time is a completely free-to-play game and developed as a student project. A massive congratulations to all the students who worked on this for making a gem of a game that will have us all skating to the shops next time we need to head out anywhere. Classic strategy games normally have you learning so many different functions that it can be easy to forget the first thing they even told you when you booted the game up. But what if someone stripped it back a little? Well, this is Kepler 2100, a space war strategy game that's designed to take you to the main action faster and hopefully get you through more games sooner. Being released into early access, the game already has its main features that you'll be looking forward to on the 1.0 build, but the whole point of early access is that they'll be looking to add more skills, enemies and maps. Oh, and this game, just like the last one, is completely free to play as well. Just another game you can add to your library for the cost of absolutely nothing. I absolutely love aquariums. There is something about being able to walk underneath water where a shark is just swimming over your head. It's a pretty surreal experience that just blows my mind. So to create my own aquarium in a game, I'm down to create something amazing. And in Aquarist, I can. Aquarist is a casual building game, which will have you completing missions by successfully managing your own little tanks of joy. This is a playways game. For those of you who don't know, they make a lot of simulation games, so I have massive hopes for Aquarist. This will allow you to fully restore buildings to become a paradise for fish, as you clean, rebuild, and even demolish parts of the building to make it perfect for the ones who will be living here. I am a huge fan of being able to create my own little worlds, and Aquarist will have me doing that and more, from rehoming fish to decorating to make sure everything looks wow. This is the type of chill game you can lose yourself in for hours. This list is just getting full of fantastic free games from last week. I love when games are released for free, as it allows a wider audience to be able to support and play the games. This is Holo X Break, a side-scrolling beat-em-up that will have you fighting hordes after hordes of minions trying to stop you from saving the CEO of Holo Live. Holo X Break has been developed by K-Animate, who created a gem of a game last year, and this seems to be just as amazing. Hololive is all about VTubers, and they'll be all playing as the main protagonists in this game. You'll get to play as them as you try to save your CEO from doom. Holo X Break is on the verge of being amazing, and I think with a few updates we'll be there, as I believe if they can add multiplayer, this will be a fantastic free-to-play game I'll always be recommending to my friends, so I can drag them along to play with me and take on Holo X as a VTuber group. Sometimes we just have a bad day. Something has gone wrong at work, your hair isn't staying where you want it to, or you're just tired of everything and debating choosing chaos. Well, the last one may be not something you think about, but if you ever do, you can now play it. This is Maniac, an action roguelike where crime is the answer, and the more you commit, the better you'll feel about the day. This is like the old school GTA games with the top-down view. I remember it always being so fun trying to get to 6 stars, and to try and survive for as long as possible. That's basically Maniac. You'll get to choose from different characters, all having different starting gear, bringing chaos right from the start. Want to play as a drunk Santa who's just put everyone on the naughty list? Well, you can. But wait, what about a cute little girl who no one will ever suspect? Of course that's in the game. 6 Maniacs ready to go for now, and fingers crossed they add more in the future. Maniac is a nod to the classics, and has thrown in a lot of new features that'll get you laughing like the Joker, as you drive around shooting out the window, all whilst calling down rockets. If you want mindless fun, then strap in, as this is about to get messy. I recently covered an RTS that had you defending against aliens. And now I'll be talking about a fantasy mythological RTS instead, where you'll be one with the gods, as your hero is given divine powers to guide your subjects to a battle won. This is Godsworn, an early access RTS that has the armies of heaven fighting against the pagan worshippers. Pick your hero and master your skills, as each hero has multiple different abilities that you can call upon to allow you to win the fights. Muster up your legions of devoted followers to help them get your base off the ground, as you'll need to gather supplies, build new buildings, and they then can be the first line of defense to ensure the gods are never threatened. You don't have to go this alone, you can call in a friend to help you out. Enter into the co-op campaign as 2 heroes, as it's always better than just the one. Godsworn being released into early access will give you a taste of battle and how the game plays, currently offering 5 story missions from the campaign, but has 11 skirmish maps. As anyone who loves RTSs will know, this is where all the fun happens. If you're looking for a new RTS, you'll definitely like to look over this game. A game I spoke about during the Steam Next Fest has finally been released, and to fantastic reviews as well. This is Pepper Grinder, a 2D platformer that is all about using your drill to get through different terrains to make movement in this game so smooth and lovable. You'll wish that all your other platformers had this kind of movement once you've played it. The game itself won't take you too long to complete, but I feel like this is one of those games speedrunners will love. People have compared it to Celeste, which is some mighty praise. This will no doubt bring some rage into your life as well, as you'll be repeating the same jump over and over to try and perfect them to continue your journey. Pepper Grinder is for all the lovers of harder platformers. This won't be a walk in the park. No, this is a drill in the desert, as you'll experience movement in a game like never before. Everyone must have seen a video of a dog shaking after a muddy walk and the mud just goes everywhere. Well, someone has taken that stressful experience and made it into a fun game. This is Doronko Wanko, don't quote me on the name, a fun-filled casual doggo game that is all about making this beautifully clean house as messy as possible. The messier the house gets, the more money or points you'll get, which unlocks new items. These items will make life easier for you to continue your journey of mess, as you give your owners the shock of their lives when they see the cleaning bill at the end. Doronko Wanko is a free game as well, another game that will cost you absolutely nothing, as you get to play as a cute little dog who just wants to make the world a messier place. Once you've finished making the house a dirty place in the previous game, you can boot up yet another free-to-play game, but this time you'll be taking a blast into the past in this stunning Metrovania, Squeaky Squad, a retro platformer that will have you battling through different zones on your little quest. The ship you'll be battling through is a procedurally generated area, so each run will feel completely different to the last, but this art style will always be amazing. It's crazy how they've taken the retro vibes and added in new features that make the game feel current. I'm a huge fan of how it looks and how the game feels. Squeaky Squad is a short and sweet retrovania that will have you facing off against crazy bosses, trying to perfect your runs, and most of all, a fun game that can be played at no cost. And now we have the final game on the list. This is Omega Crafter, an open world survival game in which you'll have a programmable robot partner tagging along to help you on your journey. The game is pretty meta, being that you're playing a game within a game as your world is being attacked by mysterious programs that are trying to stop development of the game. That's right, your quest, the most noble quest, is to complete your game before the release date. The world is your own programmable environment. You'll need to build a town, and that's a pretty big job, so gather all the robots willing to help as you can program them to build, gather and craft items for you as you sit back and let the world build around you. Or you can invite friends and get them to do it for you as well. Omega Crafter is a pretty on the nose game, having you play as basically an NPC in an upcoming game, explore this beautiful place, build the best starter town anyone could hope for, and get your friends to tag along for the ride. And that's all the best hidden gems from last week. Let me know what games you've been playing, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye!